Hey everybody, Scott Kelby here. Welcome to another live episode of The Grid. My name is... Crap, I just said that. I'm that guy. Do we have a lower third so I don't have to say it again? No? Crud, I got nothing. Hey, luckily I got somebody with me. Oh, there it is. Welcome everybody. I was totally unprepared. We had a little calamity that happened just before you went on the air. But don't let that take your eyes off the prize, which is sitting right here next to me. Hollywood photographer Mike Kubeisy.
Hi,
Mike,
Scott.
welcome to the show.
Man, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
He's excited to be here. You know
I
why?
am.
Because he's a Hollywood guy.
Hollywood guy.
You've been working on TV in Hollywood forever.
Forever. 34-something years. Yeah, forever.
Right.
We used to use film.
What?
Yeah. You know what they say about
What?
film?
What do they say about film?
That's the
That
stuff
stuff
on
that
your
gets
teeth.
on your teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to brush that off. All right. Well, we are glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
We are glad you guys are here. It's Blind Photo Critique Day, and before we start, we want to say hi to Rose Kieran in New Zealand, who is watching us today. Hi, Rose.
Hi,
Thank
Rose.
you for joining us.
Kiwi. Hi.
Yeah, awesome. And she lives in one of the most beautiful places like ever. It's just crazy. I got to go last year, did my photo walk in Australia, flew over to New Zealand. Wow. Anyway, hey, we're really glad you're here. We have a bunch of cool stuff to show you today. There's a lot of news out. We got a cool thing with a Kickstarter we're going to talk about in a few minutes that you're going to want to stick around for, because I don't talk about Kickstarters very much, but this is one where I was kind of using an early version of it. This is a new version. We'll talk about that. We got lots of cool stuff coming up. We got some giveaways today. What are we giving away? Stuff. Okay, you ready for some cool stuff? We're giving away stuff you've never heard of before. Ready? Because it's so new. It just came out. Corey Barker's new book, Badass Photoshop Effects. How to create, well, it's called Photoshop for Designers, but.
Can you say that?
No, you can't say badass, not on television. Anyway, it's called How to Create Badass Effects with Corey Barker. And the whole book is designed to do this. You want to do some cool thing, you just open the book, turn to the page, and it tells you how to do that cool thing. It is, if you're a graphic designer or a photographer, because everything is photo-based, right? It's like, he doesn't say, take a pen and draw a mouse. Or, he actually, well, you would never draw a mouse. You would take a picture of one. Anyway, it's awesome. It just came out. This is literally one of the first copies off press. We are going to give away one of these today.
I like it.
And Johan wants to know, Mike, are you still photographing NCIS?
Well, yes. Right now, currently, we're on hiatus. That's why I'm able to come here and share, some time with Scott. We wrapped up season 13. I hope you watched the season finale. It was huge. 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 Numbers were great big. We'll be coming back July 8th. We start shooting, and I can't tell you who's alive and who's not. But
you can tell me more often.
Yeah,
of course.
That's
all right, now Mike is you're the show photographer.
I'm the show. When you watch the TV show and you're in Abby's lab or in the squad room and you see a picture of the Marine or the evidence, the ID photo, the guy from the CIA, wink, wink. That's my work. That's what I do.
That's what he do.
Everybody watches. Everybody sees my work.
Yeah, but
worldwide.
he's not. You're not just here hanging out. You're doing classes. You've been taping a class for the last 2 days here.
I have been, and I have to tell you, sir, your crew is amazing.
I love my crew.
Had some challenges, and you know that old commercial, "Never let them see you sweat"?
Yeah.
I had to change my shirt.
He did.
But and that was pretty
better
bad.
than underwear.
Okay, but the crew helped me, and they re-energized me, and we kicked some. I'm not going to say it. We kicked some butt.
They give him alcohol on the set. Frankly, that's what it is. Anyway, so we're glad you're here. You were doing a bunch of lighting, a bunch of wild stuff.
Yes,
Every time
sir.
I walked in the studio, it looked wilder than it did the time before. So that's why Mike's here is teaching this class in his hiatus from NCIS. Jim Kearns asks, will Corey's book be signed? I should have had him. He was here just a few days ago. I should have had him sign it. But when Corey comes back in, Jim, if you win, we'll get Corey to sign it for you. Fat Cat Photo JM says it was an awesome finale. All right, we have more giveaways real quick because we've got to get to our stuff. We have more giveaways. So you may have heard of my book, How Do I Do That in Lightroom. It's been out for a while. It's in its third printing. It's still awesome. What about this? Bet you haven't heard of this one. How do I do that in Photoshop? Same premise, same cool thing, but for Photoshop. It's in pre-order right now. The book is done. I've already written it. It's gone off to press. There it is. You can pre-order it right now on Amazon. It's cheap. It's dirt cheap. But it's coming out next month. I don't know. It's coming out sometime soon because I wrote it, right? And it's all laid out. It's all done. It's at the printers or publishers. So there you go. Okay. Let's see. I want to save the Kickstarter thing for just a few minutes. I want to make sure more people get to turn in because we got a really cool thing coming up. Oh, I do want to show you something. I'm just going to take it real quick. All right, just like 3 things. Bang, 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 and then we're going to go. Number 1, we added a cool new thing for KelbyOne members. Training tracks. We have 40 training tracks. So if you're like just kind of new to KelbyOne and you're like, I don't know where to start. I want to learn wedding photography and hot shoe flash. We start you on a training track. We're like, take these classes in this order to get you up to a place where you can just start exploring everything else.
That's fantastic.
So we have 40 of them, everything from Photoshop and Lightroom and wedding and whatever it is you want to learn. Landscape, macro, social media, whatever it is, we got it. So log into your dashboard, you'll see a new thing on the left side, training tracks. Number 3, go to Photoshop World. So June 10th is the cutoff for Photoshop World early bird registration. That just means you save $100. So you get $100 off. You can go for $6.99 if you sign up by June 10th for a full conference pass. Now, if you're a KelbyOne member, you can go for $100 less. You get $100 off if you are a KelbyOne member. You can go for $5.99 as long as you sign up soon. All right, last thing. This is going to blow people's mind. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? If you are a KelbyOne member, you now get 20% off the Adobe the photography bundle. Lightroom and Photoshop, you get it for $7.99 a month if you are a KelbyOne member. $7.99. You get 20% off. Come on, that's cool. And now, right now, we have 15% off on the entire Creative plan, the Creative Cloud app, the whole big bundle, right? And look, there's the new tracks thing. See right there in the top corner? Tracks. Hey, can you click on that? Can you hit that little tracky button? I'm talking to the control room. Talking to the control room. Okay, anyway, she'll show you in a second. But, okay, we'll go back to learning tracks. Crud. Okay, there they are. Just tons and tons of tracks and tracks. And you click on it, and we're not going to go through there, but it gives you how many courses it is, what the time is, the whole 9 yards. It tracks you so you'll know where you are in the course. All right. So today is Blind Critiques Day, and Mike is here. We're going to look at a bunch of images. We had a flood of images. People were pouring in, which is weird because, like, I put this on Facebook, but Facebook doesn't want to share it, so everybody else got
Wow.
All right. So
Let me ask you a fast question. Okay,
Raging Badger said, I noticed the tracks, though there are people shot on train tracks, so I never clicked on it. That's funny. I see what you did there, the old train tracks joke. Okay, so, all righty. So, hey, Fat Cat Photo says, that's awesome. I was hoping that would come out, and they're going to be using it tonight. So, yay. All right. JMHS Photo asks, why are all the books shrinking? You mean they're like the physical size of the books? Because you know what we found out? People love this size. Now, I still do my Lightroom book big because the Lightroom things get too small. But we designed these to where you have big graphics, big not core. We designed these to have big old graphics. So I only put one graphic on a page because it's big. All right. We asked people to submit images. Man, did they ever. They submitted them with a lot of love. We're going to look through them. We're going to give our honest opinions. We're not going to be mean. Mike, a little mean. I'll be nice. We're going to look at our first one. You ready to go? Our first person? So this is our first person that submitted images. Here they are. We're going to just go through them real quick, and then we're going to just give our real quick thing. So lighting's not bad, but what do you think, Mike?
I agree with you. The lighting isn't bad. He's, put the edge on the one side and the other side, and he's standing there. But you know what? He's a black belt, right? I'm thinking I want to see a little bit more in the photo. I mean, he's just standing there.
He's giving you nothing.
Right. The photo's nice. It's technically good, but he's not There's no passion in the photo. There's, give me a little attitude. Put some tension in the fist. I think he's holding his. Don't you hold your hands a certain way when you, the knuckles and all that stuff?
Yeah, I think his pose is good.
Right, but
I mean, I think he's there.
It's just there's no passion in him, in the talent itself. He's just standing there.
Yeah, and you know what? I would say that, Mike, for all of these, he's not. You can't see his eyes. He's not giving you anything. You're getting nothing. Her eyes aren't saying anything.
Right. The idea is good. I mean, there's
Yeah,
a lot of graphics going on,
yeah.
but there's no depth to the photo, and it's just. Forgive me for using the word bland. She's not.
She's not giving you anything.
She's not giving anything.
Because sometimes you can look at somebody's eye, like for example, I know this is like not a fair comparison, but take Steve McCurry's Afghan Girl, right?
Yeah.
It was all her eyes.
So
I mean, there was
into it.
color and stuff and all, but you can have so much emotion, and you could take the same shot, and I agree. I like the graphicness of it, but she's giving you nothing. And it's not you. It's not you as the photographer, but it is your job to pull that out of them. She's like this.
Are you done with the picture yet? Did you take
Is it over?
Is it over? Can we go
Is it
now?
done? I'm supposed to
there
look through here?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not getting it done. Same thing here. This is just a kid just looking straight at you like, is it over yet?
This photo here, something like that. My son is a catcher in high school, and what I did, I put some of that black marker stuff under his eyes, and I spritzed them with water. Now, my boys are used to having their pictures taken, and then I just said, give me an attitude. And he did. Is it a great photo? No, it's not, but it's a lot more than this. Young man, is this a lacrosse? Is this a lacrosse
Yeah, I think
helmet?
so. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, he's just
And also,
taking it.
the helmet is so well lit. This isn't about the helmet. This is about him. It's a portrait of him wearing a helmet. It's not a portrait of a helmet, and he's there as a mannequin.
Right.
So you got to make sure you like at least the bottom. The top you don't have to cut as much, but at least the bottom. That's completely. It's so bright down there. But anyway, you know what your thing is. Don't spend any more time working on the lighting. Don't spend any more time working on your processing. Spend time on getting emotions out of your subjects.
Directing your subjects. And
All right.
I imagine these are all your friends. I
Yeah.
can never shoot my sister. My sister has no patience. And I don't photograph her for that very reason.
All right. Well, hey, here's the good news. You know what to do. Work on the subjects, and it's one of the biggest things. And I would say that on the grid traditionally, that's the biggest thing that we see. It's not bad lighting. It's usually you're getting nothing from your subjects, and you can't blame your subjects because that's your job is to engage them. Hey, a couple of questions about I think these questions are about the Adobe subscriptions. I'm thinking. The Adobe Creative Plan. They're asking, is that only for new subscriptions? Heck, I don't know. I can't imagine it's for an existing subscription. They're probably not going to go, oh yeah, we'll just knock you down to $7.99. And mind blown, is it just for the new user? Is the same question. So yeah, if you're already a subscriber, then I think you'd have to. I don't know. I guess you could cancel your subscription and resubscribe. I don't know, but I think you're in it for a year, so. I'm not sure.
Customer service.
Hey,
with
I
them
don't
is
know.
so
I
good.
just saw the page go up and they told me that's what happened and it's all set and it's all up and running. But I'm sure that if you go read the stuff, it'll tell you. There's probably a disclaimer. We always have what do you call it? The rules and regulations and all that kind of stuff. Okay, that's our first one. And we're not off to a bad start, but all right. Now we're going to look at number 2. Here we go.
Wow. You've been there.
Looks like somebody went to Dubai on vacation. And these look like vacation photos from Dubai. They're not bad. They're all very well exposed. And that's kind of nice. I like the high angle. I don't like that your horizon line is cruising to the left. That's not good. Yeah. And let me see something else. How about this spot? I got too close. See this spot? You probably shouldn't have that in your photo. I don't know. Well, yeah. So now you could say that's the curvature of the Earth because we're on the 82nd floor. I don't know. I'm thinking that's a bad horizon line. I'm thinking you got to be something like that. That still has curvature of the Earth, but I'll tell you what. With a cityscape or a landscape, I went too far. If you've got a crooked horizon line, that's all everybody sees.
First thing you see.
So get rid of the spots in your sky, fix your horizon line. And there's some other lens distortion and stuff that's going on there as well that I think you could probably want to fix. But I mean, it's technically nicely done. It's actually a pretty decent photo. The problem is this, and I'll just be straight with you. There are amazing photos of Dubai everywhere. I follow Dubai, a number of Dubai photo things on Instagram, probably 3 different ones. I know I follow Abu Dhabi and I follow Dubai photos and all. And every day you see another amazing shot from Dubai. This is a well-exposed shot from Dubai. It's got a long way to go to get really interesting. It's just kind of like, oh yeah. And I wouldn't even know if it was Dubai except for I saw the Emirates Tower over there. Mm-hmm. So it's all right. It's all right. It's not bad. And same thing with this. It's inside of looks like a hotel. Probably the Burj Al Arab. And this is my favorite.
It's a great shot.
It's
Pretty.
I kind of like the black and white. What do you think, Mikey?
No, I like it. And the sky area isn't really blown out, but there's this great pattern. You're moving with it. Tonality looks really good. I can even see inside.
Yeah.
Well, you can't see my finger
I
pointing.
like the composition and all.
Yeah. No, that works really well.
Hey, your shirt's getting some love, buddy.
I like Mike's shirt.
Hey. All right. We just got confirmation. It's for new Adobe people only. So for new subscribers. It's a deal for new subscribers. There you go. All right. Okay. So it's okay. These look like you know what it is? They don't just look like travel photos from Dubai. They look like nice travel photos from Dubai. But they're not special travel photos. They look like, oh, you went to Dubai.
Go to the escalator. This one looks like it's in a mall.
Yeah.
I was told a long time ago, people make pictures. Maybe if you just had a person going up and down the escalator, and even though it's a timed exposure, it might look kind of cool if that ghosting image. I don't know. What are your thoughts about that?
You know what it is?
When there's people in it, you can associate.
I've seen pictures of escalators that were really cool. If you look at some stuff like that Alaya Lacardi has done, some of his stuff is just like you see his escalators. It's like an escalator at the mall. And unfortunately, I don't want to hurt your feelings because you've got skill. I mean, you've got the exposure part down. Your composition's not bad. You have one really good photo. But just think about it. How good was a picture of this escalator really going to be? It's just kind of, hey, it's an escalator.
That escalator was on today.
Yeah, it's just kind of sorry.
I felt it.
It's kind of, yeah, it's an escalator. Sure is. All right, let's see what we got next. All right. Now, this is an interesting one. I saw this one earlier because I had to actually make screen caps to get the images. I saw this one earlier, and I want to see what you think, Mike. So here's one.
Oh, hey, I remember an LP with yeah. That's nice. I'm kind of going back to Irving Penn when he used to put all that stuff together.
Yeah.
You know, I like it, the bokeh, the highlights, the light bulbs in the back that are just kind of oval, circular, specular highlights.
I like the shot.
The old LP, very cool. I don't know if too many people who would see it would know what that
Right.
is.
The problem is Mike is horrendously old.
Oh, my goodness.
He's 96, is it?
I can't remember.
No. I was just totally just pulling Mike's leg. He's a buddy, so I can do that. I would say I like this overall. You know what I like? I like their kind of Instagram-y post-processing. This is like negative contrast, right? They're like the post-processing I like. And I like your choice of subjects except this.
Those are cherry blossoms.
They are cherry blossoms. And cherry blossoms are pretty, and it's very hard to get a good shot of cherry blossoms because, well, it looks like that. Now, this I think is very clever. It's kind of cute. I think you're going on the right direction. I think if you work this scene a little bit better, you could get something really good here. I think it's a great location. I like where you're shooting. I'd like to see your angle lower, like your angle from where you're standing lower.
Down.
I think this is just cute.
That's great.
And I think this is the start of something. You know what it is? I think there's a lot of start of something goods here. But overall, I still think it's pretty good. There are no shots in here of an escalator. So I think you're actually, I kind of like your eye, and I kind of like your post-processing. I kind of like your stuff.
And random stuff. From
Yeah,
the butterfly to...
But you know what? It looks like the same photographer. you know that the person that took these
Yeah.
took those because they have a style in their post-processing and
right.
stuff. That's kind of, and I'm not sure if your shots of objects are better than your shots of people. I think there's something there. You just got to work it because there's good light. But I think the three of them being separated, not being together as a unit, I think you can work that a little. Hey, question from anonymous 885. Mike, who was the last non-NCIS celebrity you shot?
I'm thinking that's a loaded question. Jessica Walters. She was in the episode where Ducky, David McCallum, hung out with three other friends, and they had their own investigative service. Now, I'm saying Jessica Walters because she's huge. I mean, she was in the 70s. Remember the 70s? Anyway, she starred.
I was 2.
You were 2. Okay. There was a show, and she was on it.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, of course not. She was the big celebrity, and it was a great shot. It came out really nice. Everybody on that show is a celebrity. It's just some are a little bit more known. But I would say Jessica Walters was probably the last big name celebrity. Every episode, there's somebody, because the show's so large, their guest stars are stars. So I hope that answered your question.
There you go.
Jessica Walters.
All right, let's look at another. And let's just go through them real quickly, and I'm going to show you. Mike?
Wow.
I know, that's what I said.
I like this, but right when I saw it, I'm thinking two things. The fluorescent lights, they're glowing hot. And the other thing is, maybe if he was taking the flower arrangement, and because you've got the wide angle lens, if he was holding and just kind of bring them to you, it would the distortion would work in your favor.
I see what you're saying.
Now,
I don't know what this was for.
I don't know exactly.
Right. But I tell you what, I really like this shot. I really like the post-processing. And I hate to say it because I will usually point this out as something I don't like. Mm-hmm. But I think those two fluorescents really work because the way he's lit.
Well, it does light him wonderfully, but my eye is going right to it.
Do you think this is a composite, isn't it?
Oh, wow. That's a great question.
Wouldn't you think this is a composite?
Well, the light on if it's a composite, kudos to you because you considered the plate.
He might have had the plate first, the background first.
Right, and then he added the light because that's one of the things I do on the show. We always have to match it to sell it.
This is well done.
Yeah.
His skin is a bit overdone, and other than that, I think these are studio shots, and he's dropping them into these backgrounds. Mm-hmm. Here's another reason why. This is really bent. This is almost like fisheye bent, and he's not. He doesn't look like he's in the center of a fisheye.
Good catch.
Same thing there.
That's so cool.
This is cool. I think this person's good. Again, skin's too much on the skin. Back off on the skin a little bit. That skin that's bad. Everything else good. Good. Skin bad. Work on skin. It's like too much. It's like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like frequency separation gone crazy, but really good. My hat's off to you. That one's really good. And by the way, that kind of effect works great on men because you can make their skin really, gritty and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's good, well done, good subjects. Now, you could get a little more. He actually looks the part. You could have got more from this guy, posing wise, but I'm so distracted with everything else that I'm not looking at him as much as I'm looking at, hey, good composite. I'm looking at the lighting, and the edge lighting is the same. So where would he be lit like that? I mean, these are got to be composites, but they're good composites, so I'm happy.
They look good.
I like the color. I mean, it's obviously these are real pumped up color tones, but that's okay. You can tell these are all taken by the same photographer. It's a consistent look. It's his look. He's refined it. I think you're doing real good. All right. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, somebody asked, Hybrid Peter. So our friend Peter in the UK from Hybrid Photography asks, are they HDR? Very possibly. I'm going to say that they are I'm going to say that maybe they're not. I'm going to say that they're single images composited and then some kind of a tonal contrast put on it, maybe a Mac Fun, maybe a Nick, but they have an HDR-ish look. I would be surprised if they actually were HDR. And then Anonymous says, it looks like they're trying to imitate Joel Grimes' work. Aren't we all? Aren't we all trying to imitate Joel Grimes' work? All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, I want to tell you about a very cool Kickstarter deal, and stick around. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Cool.
Hi everybody, Scott Kelby here. I just finished taping an awesome new class. I am so excited about it. It's called From
Over the course of the last couple of years, Adobe has been consistently releasing and updating a series of free mobile apps. They run on the iPhone and the iPad, and in most cases, we've already moved them to Android. I'm really excited to show you just a little bit of what we're doing on the phone, the tablet, and the desktop. We're going to look at how these applications communicate with each other, how they communicate with the cloud, and how they're deeply integrated with the web and the desktop. You're going to learn all sorts of new things about creating content, editing it, and of course, accessing the files that you already have. I'm really excited to show you just some of what we're doing. Let's go ahead and get started.
In a world where the next hotshot is out of reach, one brand stands alone to let you take it. Meet Max. June 1st. Kickstarter only. 30 days. Don't miss it.
Hi, I'm Larry Becker, and I have a brand new class on KelbyOne, and it's all about saving my friend photographers all kinds of money. It's a way to look at gear differently. If there's a certain piece of gear like a reflector, maybe there's a less expensive way to get a hold of that. I talk about V-flats, I talk about making your own gear, I talk about lightweight and travel gear, keeping your gear safe. No matter what it is in photography, if it's about saving money, you'll learn it in this class, and it's exclusively on KelbyOne.com.
All right, guys, we are back. Scott Kelby here with Mike Kubeisy. It is Blind Critique Day. We're going to be looking at a whole bunch of images. Hey, I told you I would tell you about this new Kickstarter deal that's coming out. And why I'm so interested in it is because, number one, I do a lot of remote camera stuff. I love remote camera stuff. I'm big on remote. I use remote cameras at weddings. I use remote cameras at sports. I use a remote camera anywhere I can use a remote camera. And so I've been trying out this thing that I started using last year called a platypod. All right, so it is a small plate. You saw a teaser ad for it just a minute ago. This is the new one that they're working on, the platypod Pro. And this little bad boy is awesome. And so what I love about this is it's awesome especially for doing like low angle. Like I'm on my current tour, I talk a lot about shooting super wide angle. Now we got a 16 on here. So something with full frame, 16, 14, 11.
It's getting wide.
Dude, I got 11.
You had that great shot from football where the guy's coming out of the tunnel and you're on the ground.
That's a 16. That's this lens, 16 to 35. All right.
Great shot.
So this is what you use. This thing is so lightweight and so thin and the strongest freaking thing you've ever seen. Dude, it weighs nothing, but the sturdiness of it. So here's the thing about this, and this is what's cool. You can put huge lenses on this. Dude, you can put this is a BH40, a Really Right Stuff BH40 on there. You can put a BH55, the big monster on there. You can put a 400 millimeter lens.
Wow.
Dude, you can't believe how sturdy this thing is. But it also lets you anchor things to the ground. So true story, I'm out in Oregon just a few weeks ago. I'm there, Juan's there. So anyway, so we're out in Oregon, we're doing this shoot, and we're with Levi Sim, who is our wonderful buddy and a great photographer. Levi shows me, he's got one. And you see how it has slits in it? He straps his camera to a railing over a stream.
Oh, wow.
And I'm trying to hand hold and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
Ziploc or Velcro.
This is the thing about it too. It's awesome for getting low angles. It's awesome for attaching to anything. It has these middle spikes that go in here. It's just all the greatest stuff in the world. And you can use it when they won't let you use a tripod. The whole world is out to get tripods. I don't know why. But anyway, I'm going to have the information for you on the Kickstarter in just a few minutes. But I know you guys are waiting to see some stuff. But just wanted to mention that, number one, you just saw a teaser on it. By the way, the commercial was shot either handheld or with a Platypod Pro. The Pro, baby. Go Pro. So they'll take, that thing will take 200 to 400 millimeter lens on that thing.
You could mount a strobe head to that thing. I'm looking at it.
Oh,
If
dude,
there's
you
a
could
quarter
mount-
20. You put a pin on there, and you can mount a strobe.
Dude, you can mount all kinds of stuff on there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
Nice.
used the original one was in my gear guide, like for my holiday gift guide.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're doing this Kickstarter. You got to get on it. We'll have the link for it in just a few minutes. Also, we got giveaways at the end of the show, and we got blind photo critiques. So we'll talk some more about the pod in a minute. But I got to show you this next photographer, and I don't rave about the kind of photo I'm going to show you, but I'm going to rave, and I'll answer
He's
that
excited.
question when this is over. I think this photographer is fantastic. I'm going to tell you right up front. Look at this.
Beautiful.
Not just a beautiful photo. That's a beautifully post-processed photo. Look at how that's lit.
Nice. And you just kind of,
This is why I'm so critical about flower photos. A lot of times I'm like, if you're taking a flower photo, they better be good because there's some people out there doing some great stuff. I think these are absolutely just beautiful. I mean, they're like, I guess they're studio lit flowers, right? Just gorgeous. I'm just like, really? I saw these and I'm like, holy cow. Whoever the photographer is, I love your composition. I love how tight this one is, right? They didn't cut anything off they didn't need to, but I love the tight, composition. And then I love the air around this one. Mm-hmm. And I love the style. It's just, everything's very dramatic and very slight. What do you think?
beautiful. Really, just beautiful. The colors are great. Like you said, the post-processing is wonderful. I was telling Scott on that red one, it's a pedal light. You know, you have a hair light. This guy used a pedal light.
They got a
Got
pedal
a little
light.
highlight on there. Beautiful.
That's P-E-T-A-L. We're talking flowers.
Okay.
Petal light.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I said. Yeah.
All right, so
Nice.
I'm going to answer a question here before we go on to the next one. It said the commercial that we just showed featuring a new class that's coming out tomorrow by me. They're asking in the chat, the stream dropped when the name was shown. Figures. So the name is From Flat to Fabulous in Photoshop, and I'm so excited because I took 11 images, raw images out of the camera, and I went through whatever I had to do to get to the end. And in some cases, I had to cheat. I had to do things that you can only do in Photoshop. I was so excited just like seeing it all come together because you can't really write a script for it. You can't go, here's how it's gonna go. You're opening a raw image and you have to look at the image and go, now what do I do? Should I try this? What if this doesn't work? You know, I think you'll learn a lot. I think you'll have a lot of fun, and it comes out tomorrow. So From Flat to Fabulous in Photoshop. And I'm taping another Photoshop class tomorrow. I'm working on part of it after the grid and then the rest tomorrow. I can't tell you about it yet. I think it's next week's class. It's super cool. Super. Okay. Let's see. Ask Scott if that plate will take an 035 clamp. Hey, Mike?
Don't know, sir.
I was going to say, what's an 035 clamp?
I know a
What is the name of the
C47.
pod? All
I don't
right,
know.
the name of the pod. I'm going to take the ball head off so you can see the pod, this a little
base.
better. The base a little better, all right? So,
It's 5/8 thread.
it is the Platypod Pro. Let's get it. Juan's looking to get a close-up.
He's going in. He's got it.
You notice how, like, Juan was over there, and then he's over there?
He's
Juan is everywhere. You know, that's why we call him Magic Juan. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. All right, look up in the top corner. It says Kickstarter. So go to just platypodpro.com or just platypod.com, and then up in the top right corner, you'll see Kickstarter. If you scroll up, right corner, and there we go, Kickstarter. That's where you want to go to get in on this. I believe it opens next Wednesday, so a week from today, right? June 1st is when they start the thing. So now, see that thing that right there, that little, go join their Thunderclap. If you've got a big following on social, go join their Thunderclap. And on the day it comes out, they'll send one single tweet out to your followers and go, hey, it's available. So I did it. I signed up for it. All right, and there's only 100 people that can do it. You can only have 100 people on Thunderclap. But a bunch of people can buy on Kickstarter. Okay, ready for another image?
Let's go.
I'm sorry, I'm very psyched about that. All right. As someone who likes low camera angles, here we go.
Whoa. Whoa.
Uh,
Wait a minute. Is that
a toe?
a toe?
I think it's a toe.
That's like a foot fetish thing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Ah.
It's art. That's why I left it in.
Oh,
It's
okay. Art. I don't get it.
Could be art. Mike?
You know what? I don't know what I'm looking at. I mean, it's a graffiti wall, it's a hand, and it's a tree, foliage. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you're trying to say. You know.
So this is fine art, which means that it's very open to interpretation.
Two guys gonna high five or high 10?
I'm going to just show this one briefly. Briefly. Is that a toe? Yes. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. You know what? Here's what I'm going to say. I don't think I'm qualified to give you a comment on this because I'm not a fine art photography type of person. I don't think you are either,
No,
being
sir.
a television photographer.
No, not at all.
We're not qualified.
And I'm sorry. Maybe.
And that's the nicest thing I could
Yeah.
possibly say.
The middle one with the older gentleman's hand with the net. I don't know. Maybe if you shot in I heard when I was in school, if you're not good, you're not close enough. And maybe if you just got real tight on the hands and showed the texture of the hands, and I don't know what he's doing, but maybe then I would be able to read it. But I see rebarb.
Nicodemus said, I don't care for it. Therefore, it's probably really valuable art.
Really. But no, I'm like Scott said, I'm not qualified on the fine art part. And good exposure.
Yeah, it's well
Focus is
exposed.
on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish we could be more help on that one. But you know what? We're not fine art guys, and it's hard for us to judge fine art. So I hope you'll understand. But
I know her.
yeah, we know her. So
I've seen it a million times.
yeah, these are pretty much snapshots. Except for the fact that there's too long exposures, they could have been taken with your phone. They're okay. They're not bad. That's not. This particular angle is shot a lot of Manhattan. And every time I see it, it's with a long exposure. It's black and white. There's just a misty mist there because they've left it open for 7 minutes. And it's hard to mess this shot up. However, yeah, I don't know, Mike.
No, I agree with you. It's
Yeah.
a pretty shot.
So here's what I would say to you. So you're doing long exposures. You clearly have a tripod. Your exposures are on. I would stop messing with the camera and start finding more interesting things or more interesting times to shoot. For example, that's an interesting looking lighthouse shot in a really uninteresting looking way.
Very flat light.
It's just, there's probably a time where this would look great and this isn't it. And sometimes, now, and what you might say is, well, sometimes like bad weather can make for great shots. Mm-hmm. This is like an hour before the bad weather. It's just, I'm sorry, it's just not, it's kind of a nothing shot. And you don't need this much, like you don't need that much. I would compose this to where at least you got a chance of making it kind of.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And maybe a little more of this. Yeah. That gives it some hope. But you know what it is? It's just kind of a nothing sea and nothing clouds. Now, what might help this is the same thing that would have helped your Manhattan photo is an ND filter. I'm just reading some of the comments coming in. An ND filter where you add the sky was all streaked and the sea was like silk, and you made it black and white. But outside of that, I would say, you know what I would do? And we've recommended this for people before, because yours is not, I don't know how to take photos picture. You're not taking the right kind of photos. Go to 500px, 500px.com, or go to Pinterest.com. Type in lighthouse or interesting lighthouse or whatever. Just type in lighthouse and you'll go, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be getting. You'll see lighthouse shots where water's crashing up against the shore and there's these really angry skies, or you'll see a beautiful lighthouse in gorgeous light at sunup and golden hour. You'll see all these examples and you'll go, oh, that's what they meant about mine being kind of flat. It's a really interesting lighthouse. It would be worth going back there again, getting closer and you know, something.
Great texture.
Raging Badger says, I think those photos could be shot somehow better. I just can't point my finger at the problem. And I think that's when they're just kind of, a great shot could be made there. You just got to be patient. This is the shot you took the day you were there. You got to go back. And you got to go back at dawn, and you got to go back at dusk. You got to go back before a storm. You got to go back right after the storm. Amazing things can happen around weather, and none of them happened while you were there. I'm sorry. So we're going to move on. A couple of comments. Hybrid Peter says, plot twist. These are by Peter Lick and recently sold for $65 million. All right, so JMHS Photo says, it's a Manfrotto 035. Now, I'm going to assume that we just need one more word. Is that a Manfrotto 035 ball head? So what's interesting is, so the platypod actually comes with a screw in it. It's got a ball. It's like the standard size ball head screw, but it's also got like two spots for other ones. So I can't imagine you're going to find a lot that won't fit using either those external screws or the one that's built right on there.
Those were 1/4 20 and 3/8.
1/4 20 and 3/8, says Mike. All right, we're going to go through these next ones pretty quick here because we're running out of time. Hey, see that? That's beautiful light. That's gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's gorgeous. All right, let's see what else we got.
Wow, that's that bad weather stuff.
Yeah, that's bad weather. Unfortunately, there's bad stuff in the foreground, but those are wonderful. Picture those clouds
on that shot
and that other shot.
Right.
We'll have a shot there.
You go.
Again, you're capturing really, really nice clouds. The clouds you're on the cloud thing. Okay, you shouldn't have sent this one in. This one, it's a leading lines. It's kind of okay, but it's nothing special. And can I tell you something? Why did you send in this? Really? Foam? You were doing so well. You'd picked a topic. Your topic is awesome skies and beautiful, serene stuff. And then you said, how about this? Who took that shot? Where did these come from? It looks like you've done basically 2 photo shoots. This was one. Foam. Come on. Foam. Foam. All right. Look, you got the goods. You got the goods. What do you think, Mike?
I'm with you.
You got the goods.
I'm with you. That leading line.
You know what else you got? You got the beds.
Yeah, that. You know, I'm just curious. As I said earlier at the mall with the escalator, people make pictures. Maybe if there was a person, not with the foam.
The foam is just bad.
No, I'm sorry. That's just not working. Your horizontal line's good, but that's about it. But maybe with those leading lines of that walkway, maybe if there was a person,
somebody there, a lifestyle
something,
picture would have saved this.
Maybe.
But this just isn't interesting enough, and it's shot in bad light. And you're not a bad light person. You're a good light person. Look at you. Right? That's beautiful.
It is.
All right. Focus on the stuff you do really well. Good light stuff. As soon as you step into bad light, you shoot like this. Don't do that. Okay. All right. Still, we got some good photographers here today, really. Let's see what we got. I'll say it. I like this stuff. You know what it is? This is not an awesome rose, but the lighting is so subtle that it's not about a beautiful rose. It is about the light and the scene and what's going on there. I think that's interesting. This is my favorite.
That's cool.
When do you see a skee ball shot that looks cool? That's a skee ball shot that looks cool. I think that's awesome. Johan says, the foam shot is missing railroad tracks. Yeah, you could put some railroad tracks and a guy with a guitar behind his back or a girl with a hat and a guitar, and boom, you're gonna do that. All right, this is kind of cool. I like how long the car looks. Mm-hmm. And I like the post-processing. This can go.
Yeah, that's center punch too. You know, I agree with what you're saying. I like what I'm seeing. I'm almost wondering on those other shots if the cropping was a little tighter. If we just got, the skee ball thing's great. The colors are fantastic. He sharpened it. It's beautiful. But I just wonder if I got in a little tighter to it. The rose shot, the character, Abby on NCIS, that's something she would have. She might, change the rose to black, but just crop it in a little bit tighter. Same thing with this skee ball. The Cadillac logo, I would go tighter on that. Not too much tighter, because it loses its effect, but I go somewhere around in there and then maybe shift it a little bit. Yeah.
That's stronger.
But beautiful light, edgy, sharpening a little. It's nice. It's nice.
All right.
Yeah, that's not working. Oh yeah, that one. Is that B&H?
No, it does look like B&H, not B&H. I think this person's got some cool, kind of quirky little stuff. I like it.
Good.
I think you're on the right track. I'm going to give you a big high five. All right. Some comments here. Mike, you once did a class on Hollywood lighting. Are you going to make a sequence class on that?
That's why we're here. No, yeah, we are.
He was doing stuff
That's
for
what I was
2
doing.
days.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. All right, clamp. It's a clamp. Scott uses 035 clamps on every arm he has. So are you, wait a minute, 035 clamps?
Are you talking about a knuckle on a C-stand? Because I don't, every stand you have.
Look, Brad knows the names of important stuff. I do not. I go, can you put a light on that thingy over there? That thing? All right. Tom says, it sounds like a great class. That was the class we were talking about, the beginning to end. So thank you, Tom. I hope you enjoy it. I think you'll get a kick out of it. Love the new Photoshop User Magazine. Well, thank you, Anonymous 885. Are you doing a special Photoshop World Edition print version? No, we're not. We're just, there's no special version for Photoshop World, but it will be special if you're there. Just you and specialness and break time. All right. Jen, you can't come up with anything more interesting to say for break than just break. Wow. All right. When we come back, we are going to talk about other fun stuff. We have some more images we want to go through. I'm pretty pleased with our photographers today.
Definitely seeing a range.
Got a couple of people that need a little bit of work, but we got a couple of people that are doing some fun stuff.
Really
and we're
good
not done. We got some more to look at, so stick around. We're live here with Mike Hollywood. I always call him Hollywood.
Been called worse, but
Hi folks, Moose Peterson here for KelbyOne. Now, I've been very fortunate for the last 6 years to get involved in aviation photography. I mean, some of the things we're going to talk about, some of the basics of going into Adobe Camera Raw and looking at basic settings that you need. And then perhaps taking some of those basic settings and expanding them to bring out what you can see with your amazing vision, finishing that photograph to bring out that story, to understand what the background is, the stage we're setting for the aircraft itself. And there's certain little tricks that I have that make the aircraft come alive. So come along, it's gonna be a great class. I know you're gonna learn a lot. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Create your own space. at squarespace.com.
You want to take your design skills to the next level. You want to learn how to build a winning portfolio. You want hands-on training with live models. You want to mingle with the top professionals of photography and design. You want 3 days of Las Vegas energy and excitement. That's why you're going to Photoshop World in Vegas.
In a world where the next hotshot is out of reach, one brand stands alone to let you take it. Meet Max. June 1st, Kickstarter only. 30 days. Please don't miss it.
You want to share?
Hey, we're back. Scott here with Mike. I got to tell you, so you just saw another Platypod Pro commercial. When I saw that commercial the other day, I'm like, where are they going with this? Because I don't think of shooting video. I'm a stills guy.
Right.
I don't think of shooting video. And I'm like, what are they going to do with that thing? And then you see her pulling out from that angle. You're like, oh, that's very clever.
We had something.
Go to platypod.com or platypodpro.com. Get on the Kickstarter. You're going to want one. Everyone you know is going to want one. I want one. Oh, I've got one.
He's got one.
Woo! Can I tell you something? I have two. Ooh. They're the best. All right. Hey, Mark Godriguez says, Mike's class was awesome, and I learned a lot about it.
Thank you.
JMS Photo says, any sports images in that pile? I don't think there were.
No, I didn't say that.
There were sports images submitted, but they didn't make the final cut. How does the Kickstarter clamp differ from the one that you use in your football shoots? Well, it is the latest version of it. So it has, the one that I use in my football shoots doesn't have this. It doesn't have the, like you have to put a screw in it. This one has the built-in screw that's there. There are a number of different enhancements. If you go to Platypod Pro, they'll tell you the whole deal. It's on their site where they explain all the differences, and it's harder and better and cooler and smarter, and it has the little things they come off and all. Anyway, what are we at? We need a class on foam photography. Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you. All right. Australia says, still loving the size of your Lightroom book. Thank you, Max. Max from Australia. What a great place. You know what? If I had to move someplace, Australia would be on one of my top lists.
Really?
Dude, the nicest people, the coolest place. It really is super, super awesome. All right. We got a couple more images, and then we're going to give away stuff and such and such. So let's take a look. I know, that's what I said.
Black and white, I like that.
This is what I was talking about earlier with the long, the ND filter that gives you a long full. So this is ocean. This is really interesting ocean. The sky's been faded. Look, just go through, look at this. Now that's like a little lighthouse out there.
Yeah, something.
Look at the ghosting water. That's what you'd see off the coast of Manhattan. And now, this one I think is really good. The first one I think is like, it's just so serene, and it's my favorite one. What's your favorite? Pick one.
Well, this is good, but you know what? The fact that the horizon line is almost in the middle, I just take out a little bit of the sky. But this is very dramatic, very pretty.
You know, I generally don't like the horizon line in the middle, but this is a square photograph, and in this particular one, it's, that we know what the rule is, and sometimes breaking it if you know what you're doing. I would say this photographer knows what they're doing.
This is nice.
Yeah, this is good stuff. Well done. Yeah. Kudos. Keep doing it.
I kind of see San Francisco there with the fog.
Yeah, keep doing it. Good,
beautiful, good.
Love
work.
it. Love it. Loving you. All right, this is not going to sound kind, but I'm going to tell you straight up what I think. Just making your photos black and white doesn't make them interesting, and I think that's what you're leaning on. I think you've taken some photos, you made them black and white so they look like more legit. These are just snapshots taken at a parade. Yeah, it's like, there's nothing here. It's a guy in a cab, it's a guy talking, guy holding a camera, guy looking that way, some people looking that way. There's no stories here.
You don't know what they're looking at.
There's no kind of nothing.
That's a London cab. That's a cab.
It does look like a London cab. They're just kind of. I don't know what to say. They're not bad. They're really not bad. All right. And we're going to look at a couple more and we're going to have to wrap. And by that I mean we're going to say some rap songs.
Well, they got a pelican instead of a person, where I always say people make pictures, but that's nice. Not really sharp. But
Yeah.
then it's the slump
Yeah.
shutter.
You're close. I think you're getting there. Like I really like this shot. You're getting there. This is just You got to go see a good. Go look at one of Moose Peterson's like wildlife shots of birds. You're like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, this is kind of like, oh, there's a bird. This is kind of This is getting close to what you came to, which is this. You're on your way. I think you're. What do you think, Mike?
You know, I agree. You're getting it. You're close. Keep playing.
Yeah, keep working
playing.
it. Keep working it.
playing.
Keep working it. You got a little work to do, but I think you're getting there.
Oh, I don't know.
1, 2, 3.
That's cool.
4, 5. Can I say something? I love your post-processing. I love this shot.
That's a good shot.
That just looks interesting.
That's
I
cool.
want to know what they're doing, what they're working on, and obviously they're racing.
That's cool.
I like the kicking up. I like that you intentionally chose to focus on the tires instead of the cars, right? I think that's kind of interesting. This is a little messy, but I like what's going on back here so much that I think if you could crop this a lot, you might have a cool shot in there. But all the foreground is just a little. I'm interested in what's going on over here.
Right.
They got something good, but I'm
Right.
telling you, you got a couple of really good shots here. I think I like this, Mike.
No, I love this one.
Yep.
That's a great shot. And
That's
then
just a cool
the
shot.
Car.
But you know what? That tells me a lot more than this. I like this composition, but cars going around a track we've seen to death.
If you up the exposure a little bit, it looks underexposed. If you,
On this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look a tad under, doesn't it?
Bring it up a little bit, maybe. And
Throw back some of those highlights.
yeah. It's got great texture in the tires, though.
Yeah. I think you got some good stuff. I like your stuff, and I want to see some more people. But good on you. What do we got here? I think you got some good post-processing stuff here, and I think you got some good images here. I think you got some junk in your foregrounds. Like, this is not helping your photo, all this junk. I know that you're looking for a foreground, and I applaud you for looking for that. And I applaud, by the way, the fact that you are getting atmospheric effects and stuff in your thing. And I like that. I don't usually like the tree shot like that. I like that. This stuff this one's not as bad as the other one. This is like killing a good shot. You need something better in your foreground. And you can say, well, that's what's there. I know, and that's why, you got to keep looking. All right. So, Satatul Islam, is that right? I don't know. How can I know if I'm saying that right? But from Facebook, awesome show, watching all the way from India. 2:30 in the morning there.
Wow, thanks for
Shout
staying
out to India,
Yeah.
to Satatul. Thank you for watching us over there. Love India. All right. And so, good photographer. Be a little more aware of your foregrounds. Anything else, Mike?
People make pictures, focus. No, it just depends on what you're shooting. I specialize more in people. And
Yeah, he's
I
a
don't
people guy.
do too much of the landscape stuff, but
He's people. Hey, look, people.
Wow, people. I like people. Wow.
And suddenly it goes quiet.
Oh, almost a headache. Wow. Interesting. A lot going on in that picture. That first one there, I learned a huge mistake in college. I shot a beautiful shot, something like that. The eyelashes were not brushed. The eyelashes here, probably fake. They look great. When I took the picture, it was clumpy, and I can tell you, every photo I've ever taken, I will go to the makeup artist and say, brush them out, and I learn from my mistakes. And then the hole in the hair.
Yeah, that hole right there.
Yeah, that thing there. You can fill that in Photoshop, or just take a breath, and whether it's you or the makeup artist or the hairstylist, just just press it, fix it. I talk to a lot of friends who get so excited when they're shooting somebody pretty and styled, and then they forget like the basics. They come back to their picture and say, oh, I should have done that, or I should have, fixed this. Slow down, command the set, take control, and fix it. You can fix it in Photoshop, but when I'm shooting celebrities, you don't get a second chance. You got to get it. And I make mistakes, and we try to fix them, but you just learn, get it right.
This one's got to go.
Yeah,
that's just got to go. That's just. I don't even want to start on all the things that are wrong with this photo, but it's got to go. It doesn't even belong in with your other stuff. It belongs as far away from your other stuff as is possible. Little heavy on the skin softening, and she's got a headache.
She's.
I got a headache.
Yeah.
Boy, if Peter Hurley were here, he'd be having a fit right now. If you put the hands to the face, Peter Hurley he grabs a knife. Hands to the head again, but that's kind of not bad. But it's just, you know what it is? This dirt and all just kind of looks like she's laying in the dirt.
Sometimes you got to ask her why. I mean, sure, I'm sure the woman is attractive, but why is this woman in the leotard, whatever it is, on the beach like that?
We're not supposed to ask those questions because it ruins the shot.
All right. I go right to the tattoo on her chest.
You know why? Because we're going to read anything. We're just, if there's text, we're going to read it. And that's not bad. I think that she's actually got kind of a little bit of it's a little bit of a dead look, I think Peter would call it, but I don't think it's too terribly bad. But it's not so much going on here. But you're a pretty good photographer. I think you're kind of getting it. Some of the details here are you're losing it on the details. And that would be the skin softening here. Why is she in a leotard on the beach? And you've got sand on her legs and sand on her thighs and just sand and the sand doesn't look good. It looks like it's just bad sand. And then here you've got kind of some lighting looks good, but you don't have really two real good fall off.
Be careful of the hands
too.
Kind
of dark.
You got the fingers so spread out on her. I mean, you don't want it to look like claws. Her hands look huge.
Giant hands. I think your shooting angle might be a little too low. And here, I just think it just needs some work overall. But I mean, you're a good photographer. But don't ever show anyone that shot. I don't know. I know that you like it for some reason, but none of your friends will tell you. All right, we got time for one more. Let me just look and see what we got. These are the last ones. Okay, you don't know. No. Just no. Don't send a cat in. Seriously. This is pretty.
Maybe.
All right, we're going to just take 5 seconds on each one of these. You get one word. Oh, they won't open in camera raw. So we'll see here. Better lighthouse. Look. Hey, lighthouse guy from earlier. Long exposure. Long exposure. They got a much more interesting shot of a much less interesting lighthouse.
Right. And he's even got a boat, a tanker or something in the background.
Got a tanker. Yeah. There's just nice light. This person does get the nice light thing. And Mike, I'm going to leave these to you. I like the last one.
Yeah. The red thing's definitely happening. Be careful of the shoulder.
Yeah, I was just going to say the shoulder. This isn't good.
And then also, you know what? Her nose is kind of long into it. And my pet peeve, if you're the camera and you turn and you get all that white in the eyes, I got to be careful on that with the people that I shoot. And I'm looking at this, I can see she's really raking her eyes. But my eye goes right to her shoulder.
All right. So I'm seeing a comment here. It's from Anthony. He says, thought I was too late to hopefully see my images. Saw them get ripped to shreds. Wow. So Anthony, here's the thing. If we rip them to shreds, all you got to do is this. Number one is really go back and listen to what we said. I don't know which photos were yours, but hopefully we gave you some ideas of what you need to work on. And that's what this is really about. Oh, okay. So they were the parade shots, the black and white parade shots. Yeah, Anthony, look at them as it's hard to look at your own work for some people. It's hard to look and go, if you were looking at somebody else's shots, all right, so forget it, they're yours, Anthony, that you were looking at some, would you tell them, dude, these are awesome, these look great, you really captured the essence of that parade? Or would you go, yeah, there's three guys looking the other way, there's another guy looking the other way. The most interesting one was the guy with the camera, but still, what's special about a guy with a VHS video camera?
You know, another thing to look at is you're calling them parade shots. Individually, I never saw a parade. I saw people looking in a direction. I saw the gentleman sitting in the cab, as Scott mentioned, the camera operator, but I need to see more.
Camera operator,
I'm
Hollywood
sorry,
guy.
Sorry. The guy,
Get
the
me
VHS
get me a stinger.
Anyway, the composition needs to change a little bit. Think photojournalism. Why is this person here? What are the policemen were looking to the side? I see road closed, but why is the road closed? And what's happening in this picture? Let the picture tell a story.
Yeah, there's no story there. And I think what you were doing, and I was being straight up with you, was you had a bunch of images that kind of looked like snapshots taken at a parade. Just making them black and white doesn't turn them into cool photographs. It just makes boring shots in black and white. And so I'm sorry, and no one's going to tell you that. And apparently, if you thought we ripped you up, nobody has told you that. But you're capable of doing way better than that, Anthony. You're capable of because they were well put together of boring stuff. So you got good post-processing skills. There was not bad exposure. Right. There were not technical things wrong with it. No. So you know photography. You just got to focus on, you know what you got to do? Here's what I would tell you to do. Go watch Jay Mazel's class, A Day with Jay Mazel.
On the street.
Go to KelbyOne, take the free trial. You can just watch it and then cancel afterwards. It's a free trial. Go take it at KelbyTV.com, type in Jay Mazel, and go watch his class on street photography in New York. And what you're going to see him talk about is finding something that isn't the everyday stuff. His whole thing is about a particular gesture, a particular moment, a particular color, light. He's going to talk about light, gesture, and color. And Jay does black and white too. I mean, he's not like he doesn't ever do a black and white shot. But you really need to start looking for those genuine, different gestures and things, not just there's a guy looking away. They're looking away. They're not engaged with the camera. That kind of thing. So anyway, don't be discouraged.
Never.
Push forward. You got to go to the next thing. Everybody's had bad reviews. I've had bad reviews. Mike has bad reviews. I'm going to give him bad reviews.
He gave me a bad review yesterday.
I'm going to give him a bad review, and that was just on your website. That wasn't. Well, no, I didn't review the photos. Your logo was
luckily
his logo was a little big.
No.
Can we bring up Mike's site? We got to bring it out. I want you to see.
He's killing me.
You guys know that have watched our website critique shows, how we critique people when they put too big of a logo. Let's see if you think, what is it, 4stills.com.
The number
four.
Number four.
Stills. And just, is it me or is his logo, is it a little big? I don't know, it's just me. Does it seem big to you guys? Is it?
Go ahead, show the pictures. Come on, Mike Witherly there. You got to love the work.
Okay.
But who took that picture? Now scroll down. No, the other way. There. No. Yeah, a little more.
No, look. No one can figure out how to run your crap butt website. Look, this. Your website eats it. Go to portfolio, myportfolio.com from Adobe. Go get a good one. You got like a weird thing in there.
Oh, come on, it's
pictures of you when you were 14.
Yeah.
All right. Look at your eyes. Look at them. Ooh. He's giving you something.
Wow.
You know what he's saying?
Contact me.
Love me.
Call me.
Love me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Mike, where can people go learn more about you? 4stills?
Yeah, sure. Why not? You can see tomorrow. I'll have that logo
smaller
and to the
left.
left.
Let me ask you. Does that logo?
You watch how fast
I don't know.
Is that?
Is it a little bit? I don't know.
But you know where to go. And who shot the shot. Thank you.
Know. Was it a little bit? I don't know.
You know what they say? Go big or go home.
You went big, buddy. Hey, thanks everybody for watching.
Giveaways.
Yeah, we're going to do giveaways. Okay. Thanks for those of you. You know, it takes a lot of guts to submit your photo to public critique. That's why we do it blind. That's why we don't say your name. Anthony,
don't take it personal.
I don't use his full name, but he brought in so. And Anthony says, "Oh, I know critique is important, and I'm not shying away from it at all."
Good.
There you go.
Good job.
That's the kind of attitude.
Learn from it and move forward.
Move from it and move forward. All right. So giveaways. All you have to do to be in the giveaways is to go to KelbyOne.com/webcast-contest. Can I ask a question here, Jen? Do you think we could get an easier URL then webcache contest. I don't think so. No, that's the easiest one? It's pretty easy. Do you want an easier one? Can't it just be contest? Yeah. Okay, anyway, but you go to KelbyOne.com, webcast contest. Tell us which book you want to work on. Corey's brand new book just came out. It's so new. This is the first copies off press. They just got they sold out like immediately in the
Corey
UK.
rocks. I have
Corey
two of his
is
books.
insane.
Corey rocks.
If you want to do cool special effects, it's just a special effects book, but it's the best one ever.
Badass effects.
How do I do that in Photoshop? So new, I don't even know what's in it. No, I wrote it. I know every page. So it's over at the publishers now. It's already edited. It's written. It's laid out. I want you to have it. And we're giving away its companion. How do I do that? In Lightroom. How the frick do I do that in Lightroom? Nobody knows. Platy. Thank you, guys. Mike, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it. I really did, except for that one.
The big logo?
The big logo.
Yeah, I know.
That's all right.
That had to hurt.
That's
Jen,
okay.
thank you. Juan, nice jib work, buddy.
Juan.
In the booth, Meredith. And can we get a slow pan out with the jib as a tribute to Juan?
Yes.
There we go. See you guys next week.
Thank you.
That's Juan right there on the
That's it.
jib.
You're the man.